Systems of the human body.
Skeletal system. Bones. The skeletal system is made up of bones, joints, and cartilage. Bones are hard and they support our whole body. If we didn't have bones, our body would be like jelly or a jellyfish.
Present by Balogan Almira KBSP2A.
With the axial skeleton complete report by Juhaina Gulam, let's move on to the appendicular skeleton. While this is mainly just our limbs, there are other components to mention as well. Let's start with the pectoral girdle.
This is comprised of the clavicle or collarbone and the scapula or the shoulder blade, which together give structure to the shoulder carried by attaching the upper limbs to the axial skeleton. The clavicle has a sternal end where it attaches to the manubrium and the acromial end which joins scapula. The scapula is a thin flat bone, roughly triangular, and it is three borders: the superior and the medial or vertebral, and the lateral or axillary. We move on to the upper limb. This consists of the arm, forearm, and hand. Thought colloquially, we think of this whole thing as an arm when speaking in terms of anatomy. It is just this upper portion that we call the arm. In the arm, we find the humerus, a typical long with its greater and lesser tubercle, tubercle, radial groove, medial and lateral epicondyle, radial and coronary fossa, trochlea, and capitulum. To the forearm, we now see two bones, the radius and ulna. They are connected all the way down by the interosseous membrane, a flexible ligament. The ulna is slightly longer with its olecranon and coronary process. The radius goes from wide to thin the other way with a thin head, the radial tuberosity, and the radial styloid process. From there, we see the hand, which has many separate bones. The corpus or whisk is made of 8 short bones called carpals. There are the scaphoid, lunate, triquetrium, pisiform, and then the trapezoid, capitate, and hamate. The 5 metacarpals which make up the palm of the hand, and they are simply named 1/12, 5 from the thumb to pinky. These connect to the phalanges, which are the bones that make up your fingers. These are 14 of these bones per hand, 3 per approximal phalanges except the thumb, which are the distal middle proximal phalanges except the thumb, which has 2 as it has no middle phalanx. Back over to the torso, we see the pelvic girdle. This attach the lower limbs to axial skeleton just like the pectoral girdle did for the upper limbs, although this one has for less mobility and for more stability than the other. This girdle starts at the sacrum described earlier and continues with 2 hip bones. These are made of 3 separate bones and birth which fuse to become one by adulthood, but we still describe the region of the hip bone as being the ilium, ischium, and pubis. Lastly, the lower limb contains very thick bones allowing us to run and jump effectively. The thigh is made of a single bone just like the arm, and this one is called the femur, which is the largest bone in the body. Here we see the head with a small pit called the foria capitis, then the greater and lesser trochanter, the intertrochanteric crease, the gluteal tuberosity, linea aspera, media and lateral condyles and epicondyles, intercondylar fossa, and patella. From there we go to the legs, which like the forearm contains 2 bones, the tibia and fibula. Again, we see an interface membrane between them. In the larger tibia, we see the medial and lateral condyles, the intercondylar eminence, tibial tuberosity, anterior border, medial molliolus, and fibular notch. The fibula is much thinner with its head and lateral molliolus. Then we get to the foot, which is similar to the hand. We see the tarsus made of 7 bones called tarsals. The biggest to the talus and calcaneus make up the ankle. Then there are the cubid, the navicular, and the medial intermediate and lateral cuneiform bones. Next, we see the metatarsus with 5 long metatarsals gain number 1 through 5. Also like the hand, we see 14 phalanges, 3 per 2 except 2, the big 2 also known as the hallux.